INEC removes the name of David Mark and Chief Arigbeshola from the NWC of ADC. That is the news going around, and Nigerians are angry. There is anger in the land because of what one man is doing. PDP, gone. Labour Party, gone. ADC going. But this one, na the bone when go chook dog for neck, na be ADC. This bone go chook am for throat. Now then you go see the anger of Nigerians for all the governors who have shamelessly sold their birthright to one man's ambition. None of you is fit to be a man. The National Assembly members who have sold their birthright and they are misbehaving because of the ambition of one man. Shame unto you people. God forbid that I'm a member of that house and any man is able to control me. I would rather not be a member of any committee in the house. I would rather not take part of any largesse we are sharing in the house than for me to sell my conscience to the ambition of one man. Whereas I am a man who can do whatever any man can do. The only people I will fight for, that I will respect, are the people of the land. This is not a strategy. This is criminality. Any man with a smeared conscience can do all these shenanigans that are going on in this country. When you live in a country where every man has a price, you can do and undo as a president. You don't need any political strategies. A lot of money is missing. A lot of money is flying around. The government is borrowing anyhow. There's so much money to spend. So if you are ready to play ball, you will make money. Are you surprised what is happening to ADC? For me, I'm not surprised. I knew it was going to come. The driver of our vehicle is so shameless that he will not stop at visiting the same visit he made to Labour Party and PDP on ADC. We all know what is happening. Those gladiators that are collecting money and coming out to fight their party. They will say all manner of things. Attack Atiku, attack Kwankwaso, attack Rotimi Amechi, Peter Obi. I call them old politicians who are just looking for means of perpetuating themselves. They will be called names, but we know what is happening. We have said it that 2027 is going to be an election between Nigerians and APC. It's not between any other party. And we are seeing it unfolding. But like I said, this one a bone when we choke the driver of our boss for truth. No go fit swallow him, no go fit vomit him. That's how it go be. What's going on? Nigerians don't seem to know the type of driver we have driving our vehicle right now. Is the type you've never had before. You know, criminals are always very brave. They have the mind to do what others couldn't do. It's not political strategy. Criminals are criminals. They have the mind, no matter what you do, that thing they have set out to do, they will do it. It's what I call the philosophy of a goat. If you dare village, they peel cassava, you go drive goat tire. Upon say they carry stick, they beat goat. You can rush those cassava, use a mouth to grab them. You go the heater, you go they carry the cassava around. That is the philosophy criminals use. No matter what you do to them, as long as they set their mind on doing what they want to do, they will do it. You can't stop them. That is the strategy criminal politicians are using for us. But a dog, if you tell a dog, sit down there, even if you dey chop bone, you no go near you. A gentleman has the mind of a dog, while a criminal has the mind of a goat. Most of the politicians we have today are goats. Goats using the philosophy of goats. It is a simple thing to do, very cheap. All you need to do is for you to be wicked in your mind, to be evil and have a smeared conscience and be willing to spend the money. You know that most of our politicians, they join politics because they want to make money. They become office holders in a party because they want to make money. So if somebody comes and is ready to spend $1 billion, they are ready to turn around tomorrow and begin to attack their party. They will come out and give you very good reasons why they have to attack their party. Otherwise, how can a man who signed a resignation letter with his signature boldly written turn back around to now start fighting for the position he resigned from? Where is it done? And then INEC will respond to their letter and remove the names of a secretary and chairman of a party from his list on mere response to a letter from aggrieved parties. Not as a court injunction, a court verdict. Does INEC have such authority to execute the law without the judiciary? We are all seeing the handwriting on the wall. Money is exchanging hands, there's no doubt. The whole system is filled with shameless men. Think a man like me will collect 10 billion and turn around to do a dirty thing What is this life for? Who will not die? Gluttons who think they have come to live forever. No matter the amount of money you make, someday very soon you will die and leave this earth. It's because we are foolish people who don't think of the future. You think life is all about money. They use thuggery. I saw the Oga of Agbero sharing cars. You can imagine what they will do in 2027. Where is the money coming from? They are distributing cars and buses to support Mr. President. They are distributing rice up and down. But Nigerians have spoken. And Nigerians are speaking. 2027 election is going to be an election between President Tinubu and the people of the land. You have 30-something governors. The National Assembly, your kitty. You have the entire police. You have the judiciary. Yet you are scared. You want to sniffle opposition so that it will be only you. Like in the days of Abacha, the parties that late Bola Ige described as the 5 leprous fingers of a leper. The 5 parties under Abacha that were toothless. I think that is what APC and Tinubu are gunning at. So that by next year there will be no opposition. This is an opportunity for the opposition to cry out. Nigerians have to get angry. We have to take back our country. Because the driver of this vehicle of ours has the mind to do anything. It does not mean well for Nigeria. Where this man, they drive us, they go. Where they carry us, they go. We don't know. They drive us enter bush and we have to retreat with immediate effect. It does not mean well for us. It is obvious. We have to cry out. We no go gree. We no go gree. The Bible says, he who keeps his life will lose it. There's a time men will come out and they don't fear death anymore. What the Bible means by that is that when they say you no wan die, you no wan die. Now where you sit down, bullet will come with you. The person who goes out fearlessly to fight for the good of the people is the man who does not save his life. And those are the people that God saved. It is written in the book of Matthew 16:25. He who saves his life will lose it. So we will come out. Enough is enough. This is getting too much. Loans every now and then in trillions. How do you explain it? That Buhari in 8 years took loans of about 83 trillion. Then Tinubu in just 3 years has taken about 183. What is he using the money for? Every now and then we hear about stolen money, missing monies from NNPC, the power sector, all manner of information about missing monies. We have to take our country back. We will use what is happening to ADC now to say enough is enough. It happened to Labour Party. And the supporters of Tinubu will come out to tell you, Peter Obi could not solve the problem in Labour Party and he ran away. Atiku could not solve the problem of PDP and he ran away. If they are good leaders, why didn't they sit down in their party? Sit down and compete with money. How can you solve the problem of people who are collecting money to destabilize a party? Can you ever solve such problems? Except you are ready to compete and spend money. Can you overspend the person who is in government? By the way, you need to be a criminal to be able to use money to bribe people, to become moles for you. You need to have your conscience smeared before you are able to do that. Peter Obi cannot do that because his conscience is not smeared. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar cannot do that because his conscience is not smeared. Only one person can do that. Criminal in power. And that's why we talk about education. When you see a man who is properly educated, his style of leadership will show you that this man is educated. A man who is not really educated, being able to speak grammar is not education. That you are able to speak and write in English does not mean you are educated. Such men, they lead with street sense, street credibility, Agbero mentality. They have no decorum. They can do whatever they like. They can appoint anybody as ambassador. They can give awards to criminals. No decorum because they are not educated. They don't know what it means to leave a legacy for a country. They don't know what it means to show the young people of the nation about morals in leadership. It's an anyhow leadership. They do whatever they like and get away with it. As long as you cannot stop them. But this time around, we are going to stand up and stop criminality in government. There has to be a non-stop protest all over the country. We will cry out internationally. The world will hear us what is going on in Nigeria. They will come out to say, no, these are internal party issues. But we will prove to them that it is the hand of Esau. We know what is going on. A witch that cried at night and a child died in the morning is responsible for the death of the child. So we know what to do. The whole country, every well-meaning Nigerian must rise up now. We will fight this system to a standstill. The money they are collecting, the money they are sharing is our money, our collective wealth. I just hope these governors will be sensible and disappoint this man. Disappoint this one man that is driving people around like chicken in my father's farm. You have to choose between the people and the man who gave you the money that doesn't belong to him. Yes, money is good. It's not easy to steal 250 billion from your state coffer. So, if you see somebody giving it to you, I don't blame you for collecting it. But now that you have collected it, please disappoint this man. Pretend to be working for him, but don't work for him. Choose the part of the people for the sake of our country. Choose the part of the people and disappoint this man. We need better leadership, not this kind of leadership that we have now. Disappoint him. Pretend to work for him now that you have the money in your coffers. But you don't want to betray him, right? Because you have collected money from him. If you don't betray him, who will you betray? You want to betray your people, the people of this country? You want to betray the future of your children? If I were you, I would rather keep the money and betray him. Do it stylishly. At the end of the day, he will lose this election. He will understand that it's God who makes leaders and not by the crafting of criminals. You see why people call for coups in West Africa. What is happening in Nigeria today, is it happening in Burkina Faso? This is why the military always get involved. Once politicians have power, they do whatever they like. They spend money anyhow. They use power anyhow. This is why the military gets involved in the politics of West Africa in particular. The other day I saw a gentleman calling for coup. I wouldn't ask for a coup, but you won't blame them. When our politicians are misbehaving and they think nobody can stop them, they don't fear anybody. Before you know it, there's a military coup. And then it takes us back to square one. Because the people we appoint as leader, do we even appoint them? They force themselves on us. That is why they misbehave. If only they allow elections to be free and fair, we won't be having this kind of characters in power. We know good people. We know whom we wanted in 2023. But see where we are today. In Nigeria, anytime a man comes out and is playing God, God always have a way of showing such a man that he is still God. Something always happens in Nigeria. Just when you think you have everybody wrapped up, you have everybody under your coffers. In your criminal mindset, you think you have wrapped it up. Something happens that shocks you, that tells you that this country belongs to God. I remember the time of Abacha. Abacha thought he had it all wrapped up. He was an Ireland to himself. He will not listen, not even to the international community, not even to a well-respected man like Nelson Mandela. He didn't listen to the voice of the people, which is the voice of God. But when God was ready to act, what happened? He called him back. Say, okay, my stubborn boy, come home. And then the people went into the street jubilating. It can happen again. They want. This is not strategy. Master strategy, my foot. It is criminality. In 1974 in America, there was a president named Robert Nixon. He resigned in 1994. Do you know why? Because his party, he was a Republican. They penetrated Democrats, dubbing information at the Watergate house in America, dubbing information that belonged to the opposition. Only then some level of corruption and sabotage against another party. The uproar was so much, it was so scandalous. And then Robert Nixon was forced to resign. One man that is using your heads and sharing our money to you has a plan for second term, right? And before he gets to that second term, the destruction on his path will be so devastating that in many years to come, generations after all will be paying for the rot he is planting today. Think of Nigeria. Think of the suffering people of this country. Eat your 250 billion and betray this man instead of betraying the people of Nigeria. ADC must rise up and fight You must ride and fight to finish.